are back.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Christy.
Hi, Dave.
How are you
How are
doing?
you? Oh, I'm good.
Why are we
Had a pretty good day.
why are we talking to each other on the internet from separate rooms in the same house? What's that sound?
Oh, who is that?
Hi.
Who was that?
Is that Laura?
It is.
That's so dumb.
It already doesn't kind of work in the same room, but it's extra dumb on the internet.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe I just
that?
busted in this party.
I'm just gonna stay quiet and pretend like I'm not here.
Okay, that's one weird way to be on a podcast, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Is
I
there
mean,
a
I'm good.
squeaking
I
sound?
got weird
Is that a
ways
bird?
down, man. You should know that by now.
There's a bird, but I don't know on whose head.
What?
Right?
You hear
I
that
can
bird?
totally hear a bird, but I don't know whose it is. Is it here? Is it there? I mean, it's probably here because you guys are in the basement, right?
No, we're upstairs, but I don't think it's here. I don't hear it in real life, at least.
Fucking
This
A.
is the only
This is gonna
time.
be a shit show. We're
Yeah.
like 35 seconds in, and we're like, "Where's the bird?"
Right. Birdgate 2020.
It's just so. I mean, like
2020.
the
This is
pandemic.
the second Birdgate.
The pandemic has made lots of things more difficult, but it's definitely introduced wild animals into our podcast that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, you're right, though. Normally we do this in the basement, and so we're kind of insulated from that.
Yeah, right. I mean, the most we hear from the basement is like if there's a lot of thunder or if there's a dog barking, sometimes you catch that, but you certainly wouldn't hear a little Tweety
Right.
bird. Little
I
Tweety.
think the bird's done singing. Maybe.
Little Tweety.
Maybe.
For anyone concerned with the arrangement of podcast dogs, I got a dog on either side of me, and they're both sleepy boys, so hopefully they stay that way.
For those concerned.
Yeah,
I got a dog,
I know
he's
it's
sleepy
just
too.
me.
You little
Huh?
you sheepy boy?
So I have a sleepy popo too.
No.
Podcast dogs be the best dogs.
Yeah, where's the podcast buns?
I got your
one is
podcast
in
buns
her-
right here.
Yeah, get a load
One
of
is being
these.
A sleepy bunny in her box because she likes to sit in a box like a cat. And then the other is sitting under some chairs wishing we'd set up his blanket fort. But we haven't done
Yeah,
that.
he's grumpy about not having a blanket fort.
Aw.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going
Wait.
to pretend there's a blanket fort.
Tell me more about this blanket fort. What's that look like for a bunny?
It's
So
just our
we-
kitchen chairs. It's covered in a blanket, and he loves it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I started doing it at the beginning of quarantine, and he loves it. He'll spend every minute in that blanket fort.
Yeah.
That's really
so-
cute.
We cover our chairs with a blanket. He just sits in his
Yeah,
fortress
they
of
both
solitude
really
all
love
day.
it.
Man,
He likes it more than she does, but they'll both sit in there forever.
that's like really
Do they
nostalgic to
still-
me.
Yeah. Do they still like the ball pit that you made for them?
Sometimes. I know that amused you to no end. I need to get a video of him jumping into the ball pit.
Oh my god. It was like I wasn't expecting you to have so Laura and TJ have this cardboard box with balls in it. Like the plastic kind you'd find in like a McDonald's ball pit, but smaller. And then I was not expecting you to throw treats into it and for a bunny to dive into a ball pit in front of me. I think my heart exploded.
It's so overwhelmingly, despicably cute.
It's
He'll
so
still jump
fucking
into
cute.
it if you put treats in it.
It's so funny. I was not expecting it.
She'll do
I
it
just-
too, but she's got to see that he's already in there and eating and get really jealous that he's eating and she's not.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, she's definitely the shyer, little more hesitant one.
Aw.
Already yawning.
Yeah, I
We just
know.
started.
Yeah,
man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is we can't. It's 4:30 in the afternoon.
So,
We can't already be like, nope.
I didn't have. I was gonna say that. Yeah, that's a lie. I was gonna say I didn't have caffeine today, but I had tea.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
appreciate it. I know you guys normally record this like early in the morning when we're asleep, so
We started.
Well,
We started doing like noon or so because the like the Wednesday nights are just like in the middle of the week, where they're like it doesn't feel like there's anything to look
just
forward to. It's just
couldn't
like
get our energy up.
right. I mean, like I feel like we did so many episodes where it's like, hey, what's going on? Oh, not much. Just don't want to do anything. Oh, cool. Let's do a show.
But, so the reason for doing it a little later today was twofold. One, because we respect that you two like don't get your night owls like us, and so you don't typically want to be like talking at like 11 o'clock or noon. You're still like doing your thing, and so secondly, we were hanging out with some other friends on a voice call or a video chat earlier because our friend Adrian always puts on these really cool kind of like tea party things,
Yeah.
and she was doing
Tea
a
party?
party.
What?
Yeah, we had
She
a
had
virtual
scheduled
tea
a-
party.
Yeah,
I
she
was
scheduled a
gonna say
party.
you went to a virtual tea party.
Yeah, it was really
Oh,
fun.
a tea party? What the?
She scheduled this party that she was calling her end of the world party, and then a pandemic happened, and so
Wow.
So
you're
you're
saying
saying
everything
she's
that's happened in the past couple
responsible.
months is her fault.
no, I'm saying is she called it, and so we couldn't have the end of the world party because it was the end of the world, and so it got postponed, and then she decided to do it, but to do it virtually. And so she made like these cute little packages for us. She gave us each a tea bag of our choosing, and she made popcorn, and she provided spices to sprinkle on the popcorn, and she made like a couple different little quiche type things for each of us, and she made a dessert, and she packed them all up nicely in a little bag, and we came to her house at staggered times and picked up our packages, and then we virtually we drank our tea and ate our nibbles and video chatted, and it was nice.
Yeah, it really
So she's like organizing crazy virtual tea parties, and I've barely gotten off the couch.
was.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Well, she also
Go her.
is pretty strictly I like her and her mom are isolating. She said she hasn't actually left her house since like March because she gets groceries delivered because her mom has a lot of health issues. So this is like probably one of the first bigger things she's gotten to do. So
Yeah.
I'm glad she was able to do it. But this is the kind of stuff that she's so good at at making parties like this. We've been to her place for several of her tea parties, and they're always so fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm kind of a
yes.
tea nerd, so I just want tea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't had tea basically since our last tea party. I don't like drink that much tea, and like every time I do, I remember like, oh, I really enjoy sitting there with a cup of Earl Grey. Like this, why don't I do this all the time?
I also really like the idea of like, let's spill some tea, as
Oh,
in
yeah.
gossip. Like it thrills me. It makes me really happy.
Well, yeah, there's the
Even though
fun
we
thing
don't
of
actually gossip, like we had a very deep conversation during
Oh.
this, but we didn't like gossip about things. But I just like the aesthetic of that.
I
yeah.
was gonna say, so you're an old maid at heart, eh?
Basically,
Well, it's fun because we do
I
like
just think it's funny.
everyone puts their cups up, and that's the thing is like, oh, cups up, and everyone puts their cups up to their face as if something dramatic is going to happen, and then it
we do that?
invariably, yeah, you can do it right now if you want. Hey,
I got a beer.
Hey,
Can I do it with a beer? Does that count?
hey, everyone,
Yeah.
cups up.
Cups up. I don't have a cup, but I'll hold an imaginary one.
I'm holding the cup to my
Um,
face. It is against my
Something needs to
mustache.
be like a phrase in our next dialect.
Cups up.
Oh yeah, we
Oh,
can talk
that's
about
something
that.
we should talk about. So, it gets silent. No one talks about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. And then dead
Right?
silence.
Crickets. Dead
Um,
air.
So I think I've talked about dialect on here before, but basically it's a role-playing game in which you collaboratively build your world and tell a story. And our last game I ran with Laura and TJ and me and Dave and our friend Kirsten, and the backdrop, the premise was supposed to be that you are like wolves in a wolf pack, and eventually like your society, something is going to change that makes you have to adapt, and it might mean the society is coming to an end. But we decided from the jump to take it in a super weird direction and have it be that we're werewolves,
Which was awesome.
which really blasted the concept, but it's super fun, and I really enjoyed playing that with you.
It
Yeah,
was a lot of fun. We created a cool world.
we did.
It
I'm a little
was.
sad we're not going to do anything with that world, but we created something cool.
Yeah, isn't that the
Yeah.
interesting thing is like dialect forces you to create an actual scenario with people that you inhabit and care about, and then it's like almost like a mandala
Dude.
where it's like you brush it away at the end.
You know,
Yeah,
it'd be really
it's
cool if like you started with like a dialect game and you made this world and then it like transitioned into more of a D&D type game where
Ooh.
so we've talked about playing Monster of the Week with Kirsten, and I feel like Monster of the Week you could potentially build a world like we did in Dialect out of Monster of the Week and have adventures within that world.
Hmm.
I think that would be interesting to explore. But yeah, it would be cool to do something more with it because it is sort of a shame to like tell this whole story and have these characters in this whole world and then it's just like done.
Yeah.
right.
But I think that, I mean, obviously that's the point of Dialect for anyone who hasn't played it, of it's basically discussing the like how language is born and dies in an isolated community that is coming to an end. There's no way to make it a super upbeat game or super lighthearted because at the end of
I
it,
tried really hard to not
You
be
really
stressful
did.
and-
the
and
thing
I
is, the
probably
outcome of the
broke a
game
lot
we
rules,
played
but-
with you was way more upbeat than our last one was. But I just mean in general with that game, because the whole point is like your community is coming to an end in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way to not be a little bit bummed because like you get connected to your characters. Like
Mhm.
it's really kind of funny to see that connection happen so quickly. But I had a lot of fun doing it. It was a really funny concept of like nomadic werewolves in pioneer times, essentially.
Yeah.
Pioneer
I think it was on
werewolf.
your last podcast. You were talking about writing a poem, and all I could think about was the one I wrote on your refrigerator.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's I still have a photo of that. I cannot tell you like the degree of amazement and horror that went through me because it was like if I'd walked out into the living room and you had like built a sculpture or something and I just had to say to myself like, how did that happen? It's so
Alcohol.
honestly.
Alcohol. I was drunk
So-
with refrigerator poetry magnets.
I was gonna say we have fridge magnets. He wasn't just writing on our fridge with a marker.
Fridge, yeah.
Oh my god! I should find a way to share that in like somewhere related to this show so people can see.
I could put it on the Facebook page.
It's really. I have a photo.
You gotta send it to me so I can have it. I don't think I.
With a warning that it's yeah,
Oh yeah, it's definitely
content
not safe
advisory.
for work.
Yeah, it was a dirty poem for sure.
And I love that you made a dirty poem out of fridge magnets that are not supposed to be dirty.
I was so proud. I used
Some
like
of them are pretty dirty.
every magnet. I used like every magnet.
Yeah, you did. There were none left. I was really like I found the picture. I'll share it to you in our Discord chat so you can see while we're talking. But like unbelievable the degree. There's lines in there that are amazing. Sex like a livid machine. I murmur a brilliant sound. Night must meander, bring life to sun.
I can't even breathe.
You actually said the fourth line or fifth line is vein was plump from thought. I don't think I've ever read a more brilliant description of an erection in my life.
Okay, I just I
Oh,
just saw
God.
the first line, which is my oily, wicked pipe.
Wow, I mean, this is really kind of
dying.
stupefying how brilliant it is. It took up the entirety of
Oh.
the freezer portion of my. It's huge.
That's what she said.
Every time I read it, I'm like, this is just straight up filth.
It's the thing is, I don't know, it's kind of touching in a way.
I
I was
love it.
up like all night, just drunk as shit in your kitchen doing that.
I know. This oh my god, it's brilliant. Like some of the lines are like, I mean, I guess this speaks to like how constraints on poetry make it more creative, like when you can't just say things the simple way, you have
Right.
to work a little harder, so then you get lines like uh
All of them.
yeah, like beauty and passion dance, or a giggle soothed our storm.
I like that line a lot. I like that one a lot.
Seriously, this belongs in a book.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
I can't imagine
Okay.
that book.
Moving on from his pretty fridge poem.
really just amazing. Well, do we have anything else that we want to kind of catch up on? I mean, we're weird mushroom farmers now. That's a thing.
Dude,
Mhm.
mushroom farmers. What?
Yeah, we bought this starter kit for lion's mane mushrooms, and we're growing them in a like plastic tube in our kitchen.
Oh, those are
So-
cool. I kind of wanted to try one of those.
Yeah, I'll send you
Yeah,
a picture.
so a friend of mine, because people are doing more cooking right now, a friend of mine had posted that she made lion's mane mushrooms. And the draw of that kind of mushroom is that they are sort of supposed to taste like crab meat or lobster. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I want to try those. And so I started looking up like where I could find lion's mane mushrooms, and I can't find them anywhere around us. And I was like, okay, well, we might just have to grow them. So of course, like, because Dave and I egg each other on and we have no proper checks and balances in our relationship.
Yeah.
I went to him and was like, hey, like, I want to try these mushrooms, but you can't get them anywhere. So I was thinking of buying a kit and growing mushrooms. And he's like, we should do that for sure. So I bought a kit and we're going to see if we can grow these lion's mane mushrooms. And already we're thinking about how we can like expand this operation and do it a little more from scratch and like grow different kinds of mushrooms. So
It's another rabbit hole to fall down, and I already did it on the
Right.
internet. Is like, oh, you could buy a Home Depot bucket, like a 5-gallon bucket, and you drill a bunch of holes in the sides and the bottom of it, and you soak some wood chips, and then in between those wood chips, you place layers of like, a prepared substrate that already has, some spores in it, and before you know it, they're growing out the holes of the bucket, which is like unbelievable. And I guess I'm probably going to end up doing this. It's just another crazy hobby I don't need.
yeah.
Did we tell you guys about the time that TJ grew a whole garden in our closet?
No.
Yeah.
So he got really into hydroponics, And-
Ah,
Oh.
but like the only place we could find to put the grow lamps and everything was the closet. And so we had like this crazy big like basil and dill, and like we had a whole garden like
Oh
in
my
the
God.
closet.
Amazing.
It was really
That's like-
cool.
That's a new version of Secret Garden.
Like
Right?
my big like the downfall of the whole thing was it was too successful. Like it overgrew everything, and I just couldn't control it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's-
like the
that and-
idea of someone like going to hang up a coat in your hall closet and there's just like a garden in there.
Garden.
It
it was
tickles me.
huge. I spent a lot of time building all this stuff, and
That's the thing. A lot of the like herbs, they once they start to grow, like they really take off, and
Yeah.
they will just go out of control.
That's pretty much what
Yeah.
happened.
we had
Um,
a dill. The dill turned into a tree. Like
It did.
It'll do that.
Yeah.
We there's this channel we've watched on YouTube called Foo the Flower Horn, and it's a type of fish, and it's basically this guy who does like real kind of natural fish tanks and has real plants in there, but he also does like hydroponic plant growth on top of it, and the roots are like in the fish tank, and so he'll grow like strawberries out of his fish tank and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's really really cool.
Aquaponics.
Yeah,
That
and it's also it's nice because he doesn't talk at all.
Yes.
If he like feels the need to share information with you, he does it in text on the screen. And so it's just like it's quiet, it's soothing, it's just like fish and plants, and occasionally his cat is in the video. I don't have to see or hear an annoying human being.
Oh, it's the
It's
best.
beautiful.
I mean, like, there's nothing worse than a YouTube show about something you really like with someone who won't stop going, smash that fucking like button.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that. Well, I'm starting to really hate YouTube in general because it's really freaking pushy about the stupid YouTube Red thing or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would never have paid for YouTube Red, but I have Google Play Music, and YouTube Red comes with it for free. So that's my justification for why I'm kind of like backdoor paying for YouTube. But I don't know. It is nice to not have the ads. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think I would have spent that
Oh
money.
yeah. I just don't watch enough
still
YouTube
haven't.
anymore because of it. Like it kind of turned me off of YouTube. I used to watch everything on there. I
Well,
mean, I still do.
are they
but-
just pushy with like ads for YouTube Red? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, every time I open the app, it's like, do you want your free trial? Do you want your free trial? You
Oh
sure?
yeah,
You
yeah,
really
yeah,
sure?
yeah.
Like, I said no 1,500 times. Like, I'm not paying for stupid YouTube. Like,
Well, they're trying to wear you down.
Yeah. They really.
It
it's not
just makes
working.
it
I'm just
angrier.
gonna stop using YouTube before I pay for it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, YouTube is like, it's like we made an agreement with Google. It's like, I'll watch all this stuff and I'll watch ads, and that's how you'll pay for it, and we'll be cool.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's not enough for him anymore.
I was really big into YouTube, like when it was first becoming a thing. So I mean, that's probably part of my hesitations, because like to me, it was always like the cool, like free thing to do and watch. And
Yeah, it was amazing. I just feel like it definitely has come a long way, because there was a time where YouTube was just like, here's me taking a walk, here's my dog, here's, just like, here's how to do something or whatever. And then the creep in of the YouTube metaverse of like YouTube talking about YouTube.
Yeah, like people realize you can like have some little bit of success from it, and that changes everything.
Yeah.
Now there's like YouTube personalities, and it's like, ugh,
It very much
it's
like,
so much.
it's more of a platform now.
yeah,
Do
right.
you-
Well, YouTube very much innovated the whole, basically just online media, and it made it so anybody could do it. But there's other ways to do that now. So I think, I'm not saying YouTube is like falling, but I'm saying it could potentially, because
We now
there's
have
just-
options.
there's options now. It's not just one thing. Like, you go start your own blog or whatever, and instantly off the bat you could upload your own videos. You don't have to use YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Do you
right.
remember that website, My Life is Average?
Yes.
No.
I never
So-
visited that.
So when it first started, like at the very beginning, My Life is Average was a place where you could share like little stories about your day-to-day life, and it really literally was people talking about their life being average. It was like, I woke up this morning, made myself some eggs, and went to work, normal day. And it was all stuff like that, like super boring. My life is average. And somewhere, I don't know how, but organically it shifted. And it became very tongue-in-cheek, my life is average. So it became things that were bizarre and not average, and clearly like kind of jokingly be like, oh, my life is average. Like, I went to the store today and I saw 5 people dressed up as ducks, and they were following a mama duck around the store. My life is average. Like,
Oh, so it got the ironic treatment and then stayed that way.
Yeah, but like I went back to the beginning of the site and started reading once, and I was like, "Oh my god, this began average." Like it really
Yeah.
the way that platforms change organically is kind of fascinating to me, and I think that I bring it up because that has happened with YouTube. It really started out being one thing, and it's completely changed now.
Yeah, it kind of shows you how like it's sort of like the way the AI are trained on like stimulus and they grow in a certain direction. Like everything has its like sort of like self-regulating like, oh, this is good, do more of this is bad, do less of that, and then like some strange character grows out of it as a result, I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well,
Do any of us really?
No.
I think it might be kind of nice to play a game.
I'm fully unprepared for that. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Laura, TJ, do you have like any ideas of like a game that we could play with you guys?
Pictionary.
Mahjong?
Pie show.
Mahjong.
Pictionary and Mahjong were the first like gut reactions. All right.
like
Play
that.
pie show.
I would love to play Pictionary with you, by the way. But
Oh, we should do that.
seeing as we are not in the same room as previously established, maybe we could play, I don't know, Trues and Fnews?
You need to tell me why you wouldn't happen to mean.
It's time for Trues and
Happen to me.
Fnews.
Time to play Trues and Fnews. Everyone's playing our famous game, the game that's taking the internet by storm.
It's time for Trues and
A Merv Griffin production.
Anyone?
That sounds good to me. No reaction. Where's that bird at? We need.
Yeah,
I was waiting for the
cracks me up
song
every
to
time I
start.
hear that song. You guys still use it.
Dude, the theme song, initially I was like, this is really fun and super chaotic, and maybe I'll do something different in the future, but like for now, this is perfect. But it's grown on me so much that I can't imagine doing it without that wacky theme. Which sounds like a rock tumbler of like blurbs. It's like crazy, and I love
I
it.
spent a lot of time on it. It was another stupid thing that I did, and I was like really proud of for whatever reason.
It makes me really happy.
We love it.
It really is like it's like if you threw your shoes in the dryer and instead of them like making smacking noises, it's me saying dumb things. It's just like all kinds of wacky. I love it so much. It's grown on me completely.
Do you mean to tell me?
You mean to tell me?
How does one play Trues and Snooze?
Well, shit. Since you ask, I guess I'm obligated by some kind of contract to answer. So, Trues and Fnews is a news game. It's a classic game. It's an internet game. It's our favorite game. It's a game we've been playing for years. It's a game in which I present you 2 false stories, 1 true story. You have to determine which of the stories is the false story, the Fnews, or the true story, the Trues.
Good job.
Ow.
That was pretty cool.
That actually kind of
That's
hurt.
Ooh.
Wow. Sorry, I fell
So
out in the
good, it
middle of that.
hurts.
I was gonna say
had-
somebody disconnected from Discord, so you got to do it over again, Dave.
Oh,
No, I
why?
had-
Of course, I
I-
would absolutely love to do that. Trues and Fnews is a game. It's a classic game, an internet game, a game that's taking the internet by storm, in which I present to you 2 false stories, or the Fnews, or the true story, the Trues. You have to determine which of the stories is the Trues or the Fnews.
Well, I just wasn't ready that time, so you're gonna do it again.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind. Trues and Fnews is a game, a classic game, an internet game, a game that's taking the internet by storm, in which we have to I provide you with 2. Damn it! No! Ah!
This is gonna be
so
the worst
close.
podcast ever.
Oh my god! I was like tight roping it perfectly.
We've fallen down a hole, and the rest of the podcast is just you saying that blurb.
Yeah, of course. So Trues and Fnews is a game in which I present to you 2 true stories, 1 No, that's not true. That's
Stop it! Stop it!
okay.
Okay, let's just get on with the game.
We've broken Dave. What do we do?
Oh my god, it's so weird.
Hit the reset button.
Yeah, hard reset.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Dave has warned me that this is going to be a tough quiz.
Well, I think it's.
Okay.
I put a little extra sauce on this one because I feel like the true story is. It feels like something I would have written, so I feel like you're gonna end up with. You got like well, I don't know. You'll be the judge of this. We'll see who can pass this trues and fnews.
All right, I'm ready for the challenge.
All right, here we go. Story number 1. Nathan's Famous, the hot dog company, is scrapping their latest ad campaign after it was deemed too risque. Hundreds of billboards are now coming down, which ask the public boldly to get your hands on our wieners. That's number 1. Number 2, Looney Tunes is getting a reboot with new cartoons on the way, but with one big change. Elmer Fudd and others aren't allowed to carry guns, but dynamite and sickles are still okay. And number 3, after a fierce bidding war over an abandoned storage locker in Los Angeles, which was rumored to contain a wealth of film memorabilia, the winner was disappointed to find that the locker contained only thousands of copies of Encino Man on VHS.
Wow. Wow.
I love that so much.
Remember Encino Man?
Yes.
Yes.
I liked that movie.
Me too. I love Encino Man.
The movie was terrible.
No, it wasn't good, but I liked
There's a
it.
certain kind of cheese, you know what I mean?
I was also a kid when I watched it. I'm sure I wouldn't think it was good now, but
Yeah, I don't know. Some things hold up and some things don't. There's only one way to find out. You guys want to recap?
yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go again. Number 1, Nathan's Famous, the hot dog company, is scrapping their latest ad campaign after it was deemed too risque. Hundreds of billboards are now coming down, which ask the public boldly to get your hands on our wieners. Number 2, Looney Tunes is getting a reboot with new cartoons on the way, but with one big change. Elmer Fudd and others aren't allowed to carry guns. Dynamite and sickles are still okay. Number 3, after a fierce bidding war over an abandoned storage locker in Los Angeles, which was rumored to contain a wealth of film memorabilia, the winner was disappointed to find that the locker contained only thousands of copies of Encino Man on VHS. Good luck with that shit.
I actually think I know my answer, and
It might not be as good as I thought it was. We'll see.
the thing is, I don't know if it's right, but I know it's the one I want to believe, and that doesn't usually work out well for me. But because they're both they're all three pretty equal.
Okay.
Because they're all fairly believable.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
I
so.
think I know which one I want to pick, but I have weird reasons for it.
All right, so let me do my recap.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Your recap. What do you got?
Number 1, grab that dick, then eat a hot dog.
Whoa. All right.
Number 2, that's their ad campaign.
That's a thing you just said and recorded and will be on the internet forever.
Yeah, I've said worse. Number 2, sickles don't kill people. A cartoon representation of death does.
Nice.
And number 3, someone struck the Encino Man mother load.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
All right. Well,
All right.
yeah. Who wants to make a guess?
I can go first.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm going with Encino Man. Thousands of copies of Encino Man is the real one.
Okay.
I really am in love with the idea that like someone had to buy either one of two things. Someone bought a bunch of copies to falsely inflate the numbers and the success of Encino Man, or it did so awfully that someone had a bunch left over and just shoved them, actually paid for a storage locker to keep them in until they eventually stopped paying for it. I just love that concept, so I'm going with it.
Okay.
I think I'll go with the wieners.
I think I'll go with the wieners.
Just so I can say that.
Okay. Nathan's Famous.
Sure.
I'm going with Encino Man for dumb reasons, but I'm going with it.
I want to know your reasons.
It's stupid. It has nothing to do with the actual articles. It was more the way you said them.
Oh, okay. So
Trying to
like,
mentalist this shit or something. I don't know.
okay. So you think that the way that I presented them indicates that that's the true one?
Yeah, I think I'm going with Encino Man.
Okay.
Probably wrong.
So that's 1 for Nathan's Famous, 2 for Encino Man.
Mm-hmm.
We're all wrong.
You're all fucking wrong.
Oh my god.
So it's the cartoons.
It's absolutely, which
Oh.
is very strange to me. I get that, like guns are like kind of a thing that maybe that's, it's like a little, I mean, you're showing cartoons to kids, so whatever. I get that it's like 2020 now. But Elmer Fudd without a rifle.
Wait, who had a
It's
sickle?
just
Why
shotgun. It was
are
like a-
sickles okay?
Yeah, so the
Old tiny farm equipment that's also used by the Grim Reaper. What?
yeah, right.
I don't.
Why does Death not have like a chainsaw by now? Why does he have to stick to like the same weapon as time marches on?
Oh man, remember in Tiny Toons in the movie, the creepy guy that they pick up on their vacation who has the chainsaw?
Yeah, that was the Tiny Toons
If
summer
you can
vacation.
have one,
Hey.
Jeff can.
Personally, I never really understood why Death has a weapon at all. Like, his whole shtick is like coming for people that are either about to die or already dying or about to get killed, right? So what's he
I'm
need
sure-
the weapon for?
I'm sure there's a reason why he's represented with the sickle. I just don't know the mythology of it. But I'm
Yeah.
sure at some point it was like based off of something else and they were
Yeah, I'm
represented
sure
by
it
a
was.
sickle and blah blah blah, but like I don't know it.
But
I'm
who
not
in the
smart
Looney
enough to know
Tunes
it.
It's just like
universe is carrying
USSR
around a
propaganda.
sickle? Are they making Elmer Fudd like a farmer now?
Well,
Like,
it's weird because I watched the video. They released kind of like a teaser of like more Looney Tunes is coming, and I think it was called the song. It was like the Song of Dynamite or something. Oh no, like the Dynamite Dance maybe. And it's kind of a classic. Elmer Fudd is chasing Bugs, and then Bugs is, blowing him up with dynamite 8,000 different ways. Flies in on an airplane and scoops him up and blows him up with dynamite and puts a dynamite stick in his mouth and all this crazy Looney Tunes kind of stuff. But when it starts, Elmer Fudd is chasing him with a sickle, and it's so weird to me. Like, he's never
That is
wielded that
very weird.
before.
That's actually okay. I actually find that more disturbing than if he was.
That's what kind of what I was
Because that means
thinking.
he's out rabbit hunting with a sickle.
Gonna chop
and
him in
what kind of
half.
sick monster does that?
Yeah,
Like, what are we teaching our children about rabbit hunting?
oh,
Christ.
God.
Because if he succeeds, he has, like, the half of the rabbit that has the head attached is in, like, agony. That's so much crueler. So much crueler than just, like, dropping a rock on him or something.
Oh my god.
Jesus, Elmer Fudd might actually be a
Also-
monster now.
Also,
Might
it
be.
makes it shifts the power dynamic. So, like, the funny thing about those cartoons was that Elmer Fudd had the obvious advantage,
Mhm.
and yet Bugs Bunny still, like, won every time through, like, ridiculous means.
Hmm.
But now Bugs Bunny has the advantage because he has explosives. And Elmer Fudd has the sickle, and Bugs Bunny is still going to win.
he
and
doesn't- He doesn't just
not
have
subverting-
explosives. I'm sorry.
it's not subverting my expectations for Bugs Bunny to win now. It's not as funny.
It's actually, like, not enough that he has dynamite. He has a unlimited supply of dynamite that comes from every direction. It's
Right.
it's
Just
overkill.
falls from the
And-
sky.
And poor Elmer Fudd has old tiny
A
farm
sickle.
equipment.
Just,
A sickle.
just a
He doesn't
sickle.
even have a freaking tractor. He's got a freaking sickle.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of depressing to me. Like, as a society, we find it necessary to like censor children's slapstick cartoons.
Yeah, I don't
The
know
thing
that
is,
anyone.
I get why, and I understand to some extent, but I think they're missing the mark of a lot of different things. Like, they're missing what makes the original cartoons funny in the first place. They're missing, like, the ability of children to understand that, like, obviously you shouldn't really just shoot shit. That, like, there's just like so
Right?
much, so many ways they're missing the marks.
Yeah.
In a
Nobody
way, I
ever-
think it almost conveyed like the absurdity of like I don't know. I don't really know what I'm trying to say.
No, like the thing is like Elmer Fudd with a gun. I'm not sure if anyone was ever actually traumatized by that image.
No, in fact, I'd say it almost went the other way. Like when you're a real little kid and you see like the farmer shooting at your cartoon character that you really like, you're like, holy shit, that's bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
And
Like,
also,
I'm not
here's
talking
the
like
thing,
me
like,
watching it as an adult. I'm talking like a super little kid being like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
also, Elmer Fudd was a hunter, and he was trying to hunt an animal. Like, he's literally responsibly using a gun.
Yeah, it'd be like
It's true. That's actually what guns are for.
Right.
if Elmer Fudd was just like a tax attorney or something, or he's like a grocer and he's running around with a fucking rifle, we would rightfully be
Yeah.
like, that's not cool. But he's a hunter.
Yeah, he's hunter, yeah. He's literally just going to try to like make a meal out of, whatever you
Any of you guys ever try to bring down a deer with a sickle?
I'll tell you one thing: it's not humane.
Okay,
All right.
why don't we take a break here? This seems as good a time as any.
I think so.
So I busted all of you, neener. We
That was
will-
good. Those were really
That was good.
Yeah, I liked all of those, Dave.
I
would-
liked them.
They're all super believable.
I really wish the Encino Man thing was real. 'Cause-
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it made me laugh so hard. I just,
I
it
feel
made
like
my
a
little
storage
soul happy.
locker out there
More
has to
specifically-
exist.
yeah.
When you read the prompt the first time for the hot dog one, what you said it was what you said their tagline was like, "Get your hands on our wiener." But
Yeah.
you pluralized it the second time.
Oh.
You were trying to like mentalist this.
Yeah.
goodness.
You're paying real careful attention. Not too bad. That's I mean, this is the kind of
I
head games
also
I try to
think
play too.
part of me just really didn't want the Elmer Fudd one to be true too. So
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
it's a ding on the childhood, isn't it?
right.
But I stumped you all, neener, and we will take a little break. And when we come back, this is your topic, Laura, right?
Yes.
Awesome. I don't know what it is, so let's keep that a little mystery for the next, say, 10 minutes while we take a break, and then we will be back with the main segment of the episode. Bye.
Yeah, right.
Bye.
And we are back.
And we're back.
We're back.
Live from Saturday night. It's New York.
What? It's
Well,
New York.
First of all, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, live from Saturday night. We're really late to this. We're back.
So today my topic is the
Yes.
story of Togo the dog and the serum run.
The what?
Are you familiar? The serum run. Are you familiar with this?
No, this is going to be brand new to me.
Awesome. Because
I only know the little bit that you have told me before, and I knew you
Yeah.
had told me what the topic was going to be, and I quickly forgot what it was. I could not remember.
Well, that's good. I meant to do this a long time ago before Disney ever made a movie with Willem Dafoe, so I just want to throw that out there. But
Oh, I didn't even realize they had.
Yeah.
yep.
The movie was pretty good.
Oh.
I made him watch it.
It
So
was definitely
quick
enjoyable.
shout out to my sources first, because obviously I only know this because of them. So the book I read was The Cruelest Miles by Gay Salisbury and Lainey Salisbury.
Okay.
I can recommend the book, but not the audiobook unless you're looking for a nap.
Oh,
I couldn't get
really?
through I couldn't get through the audiobook and bought it on Kindle. And
Oh, yeah. I'm real particular about narrators.
And then the other source is This Podcast Will Kill You, episode 16, Scratch and Sniff Diptheria Membrane, which I know, right? They're setting it up for some interesting stuff. So
Yeah.
let's let's go to Nome, Alaska in 1924.
1924.
1924.
I
So
feel like we need an old timey flashback with some like sketchy projectors type effects going on.
Yeah, and a harp.
yeah. So like most towns in Alaska, it was originally a gold rush town. In its gold heyday, it had a population of like 20,000. But in 1924, that was about 1,500 people, which included a mix of Alaska natives and European settlers. So it was a pretty good mix there of crazy people who lived in Alaska. And Nome is really far west and really far north. It's actually only 2 degrees south of the Arctic Circle.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
at the time, it was closer to Siberia than it was any other major town in Alaska.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah. So Curtis Welch, the only doctor in Nome, Alaska, sent for more diphtheria antitoxin after he noticed their supplies had expired. However, the last ship of the year came and went, and no new antitoxin came. And then on Christmas Eve of 1924, a 7-year-old girl had a sore throat, and Curtis Welch was very worried. So, yes, this is an epic story about a sled dog, but to set the stage, I need to get really gross and disturbing and talk about diphtheria.
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about it, honestly. Like, I just kind of know that it's bad.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
I'm not looking forward to this.
No, this is
So-
like my jam.
We don't know what diphtheria is really because we had a vaccine, with the DTaP or one of its versions, the DDP or Tdap, or there's several versions, but that include the diphtheria one. But it used to be a common disease of childhood and caused a lot of panic. It would show up suddenly and just tear through towns and entire families, all of their children. Historically, it's a disease of children because adults either were exposed and survived as children or were asymptomatic carriers. Asymptomatic. I don't know what that word is. Asymptomatic carriers, which is fairly common. An early study found that about 5% of children were asymptomatic carriers. So you could carry around the disease and cause other people sick, but not sick yourself. So it starts with a fever, usual fever issues, malaise, you feel crappy, your throat starts hurting. Within 2 to 3 days, a membrane starts to grow in the back of your throat.
Oh.
Starts off as white, but as it grows to cover your entire soft palate, it can turn green or gray or black.
No.
Yeah, it smells horrible. And this membrane is like really attached on. You can't scrape it off. You just cause a lot of bleeding if you try.
Oh my god.
As the membrane grows, it starts becoming difficult to breathe. Your entire airway is being shut off slowly, and you die from asphyxiation.
Wow.
So
that's dark.
Yeah. Right? And if you don't simply suffocate to death, the toxic can get into your blood supply and infect your heart, causing cell death in your heart, scarring, which has all sorts of other issues that can kill you too within a week or two. So patients actually have a 50-50% chance of death.
Wow.
That's really
yeah.
high.
So might be like, oh my God, what's going on with this membrane? So without getting too technical, diphtheria is caused by a toxin that's produced by a bacteriophage that infects a bacterium. So a virus that infects bacterium, which causes a toxin, and the toxin makes you sick.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that could happen. I didn't know that viruses could hijack bacteria, and then
That's super roundabout. Like it's not the virus itself; it's the effects of the virus on its actual target.
Wow.
Exactly. And then, so it's transmitted by air, has an incubation period of 2 to 5 days. So you cough on me, I get sick 2 to 5 days later. It colonizes in your nose and throat, obviously from that description I gave. And it gets inside the cells, and then the toxic keep the cells from producing protein, which causes them to die. So that membrane is dead cells, and fibrin, which is like scar tissue like material that your blood cells create,
Which
And that's
explains
what
why it doesn't
eventually
just scrape off.
exactly, and that's what eventually suffocates you to death. And the word diphtheria is actually from the Greek word for leather. So,
Oh my god.
ew. Yeah. So really gnarly, gross. Fatality rate, which I mentioned, is same now as it was 50 years ago. Untreated, 50%. Treated death rate is still 5 to 10% and up to 20% in young children. An antitoxin was first produced and used in the 1890s, and the person who developed it won a Nobel Prize. So, that's amazing.
Wow. So, okay. So, oh shoot, I had a question and then I, I just lost it.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
say.
Sorry to interrupt
You can
you.
ask. No. Interrupt.
It's. I'm sure I'll think of it later.
Okay. So the antitoxin only works on the toxin that's not already in the cells. So it can't fix the cells that are already infected. So you have to act quickly with the antitoxin and give it to somebody at the beginning of their, going downhill.
Gotcha.
And even with the treatment, it was still the #1 killer of children in some countries.
So
yeah.
is this something that this I feel like I should know? I should know this. This is like something I should know. But like, do we still have it running around now? And like, to what extent? Do you know? Did you find anything on like?
I did not write that down. It does still exist. It was rarer in the 1980s, such when vaccinations were at their highest in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
But so there is some cases now where people do get diphtheria, but I don't.
Okay, but like it's we haven't completely eradicated it. Was really my question is like it's,
No, it's not completely eradicated. It's just rare enough that like you and I don't know anything about it until I read about it and was, horrified.
right.
So I want to make a clarification for me, but so there's two things. There is a vaccine for diphtheria that prevents. Now there is. At the time you're telling this
Yes.
story, I'm sure not, but
No.
now there is a vaccine for diphtheria that prevents that virus from acting on that bacterium that produces the toxin. At the time of this story, there was only an antitoxin that prevents more toxin from
Correct.
being able to act. And that's what we're
Yeah.
talking about, is the antitoxin.
Exactly.
Okay.
So at the time, the best they could do is the antitoxin, which would still save your life, but they didn't have the vaccine. So
And you had to be quick about it.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
okay. So is everyone like really horrified yet about slowly suffocating to death?
Oh
With
yeah.
children slowly suffocating to death. Okay.
It's
I mean,
so-
yes, but I find this fascinating. So
we picked a really great time in American history to talk about asphyxiating to death again. I think we did. This is
Oh my god.
this is
And
what
the importance of vaccines.
I was going to say, this is about the importance of vaccines in
yes.
science.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
dogs.
Because I grew up, I did not get polio. I did not get diphtheria.
Yeah, we live
Stuff-
in that lucky time period where you don't have to get polio
Yeah.
for reasons.
It's good stuff, man. So, all right. Going back to the story. So Nome, Alaska. It was a port town. However, from October, November-ish to July, the port was inaccessible due to ice in the water.
Oh.
So there was really only a few months where you could get supplies by ship. There was no train that went that far north, and their planes that could withstand cold temperatures hadn't been invented yet. So if you think about like World War I planes, they have an open cockpit, and their engines are also cooled by water. Antifreeze hadn't been invented.
Oh,
So those two things together kind of made flight in the far north very dangerous and not reliable.
yeah, they're
I guess is
very,
how I would put
very
it.
isolated there.
Yeah. So for most of the year, they were pretty much just shut off from the world, and sled dogs were the only way to get around. The natives had Malamutes, and they also had the more recent import of the Siberian Husky. So, and
Oh.
the mail route to Nome was traversed by sled dog. So that went down from near Anchorage all the way up to Nome. And there's also several roadhouses along the way to give travelers a place to stop and eat, like every 30 to 50 miles. You'd have a roadhouse, and the person who ran that would offer you like a bed and food for, a small amount.
So it's literally like a sled dog rest area.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a
So-
McDonald's?
Yes.
What about a Starbucks?
They're not that lucky. Yeah,
No.
might be a Tim Hortons.
So that kind of sets up like this is where Nome is. It's way up there. Everything's, has to be traversed by dog. So that little girl who got sick on Christmas Eve in 1924, she died.
Oh,
Yeah. And a few days later, several more children became ill. 4 children died, and then in mid-January, Curtis Welch, that doctor, he realized this is diphtheria. He didn't want to believe it was diphtheria, but he finally was just like, okay, we have an outbreak. So he sent a telegram to the U.S. Public Health Service pleading for more antitoxin, and the town put a quarantine in place, but it did little to stop the spread. And there's also real concern that this outbreak would spread like wildfire among the native population in the outlying area, the Eskimos, and oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of the other native group there, but that's okay.
Is it the Inuits?
No, it's like that's not going to come to me. But anyway, the native people who were already there before Europeans came and were like, it's gold up here. But
There's gold in there.
yeah.
I actually
So
thought
they
you
were-
said it's cold up here.
Oh,
I did too.
no, gold. But yes, it is cold up here.
It's also cold.
So that would be about 10,000 people in all in the outlying areas. The doctor was using the expired antitoxin, but it had lost potency, and he only had enough to treat 4 to 6 patients. So there was some debate about the best way to get the antitoxin to Nome. It could be sent by train only as far as Nenana, Alaska. Like I said, it was near Anchorage, and it wasn't possible by sea. They were really trying to get the air thing going, but just couldn't figure out how to do it. So it was they decided that they would use a relay of sled dogs to take the antitoxin the 674 miles to Nome.
Wow, that's a really long way.
Yeah. And then just to make things difficult, temperatures across Alaska's interior were at a 20-year lows. So like Fairbanks was -50 when this all started.
Oh my god.
Which I can't even imagine -50. Like that's not even in my
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no frame of
ability to
reference.
comprehend. No.
Yeah, but we can't imagine -50, and we're in like North Face jackets and like modern like
Right.
clothing and insulation. Like imagine doing that with like rabbit fur.
Oh
Or-
my god.
So, well, I mean, and the native people up there, the Europeans obviously took all of their tips and tricks for living in this environment. They were wearing the mukluks and the furs and using their technology because it's the only way to survive.
Mhm.
I know.
What's a mukluk for for those of us playing at home?
Oh, I'm sorry. Fur boots that keep your feet warm.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, okay, sorry, I lost my place. So, the obvious man for the job was a local musher, 48-year-old Leonard Sapala. So Leonard was a Norwegian. He was a dog breeder, trainer, and musher. So of course, like I was thinking, like who's gonna live in Nome, Alaska? A Norwegian would. That makes sense.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I came from a cold land to a cold land. He was one of the few drivers, dog drivers, who depended completely on Siberian Huskies. At the time, it was kind of believed that larger dogs were better for mushing, such as Newfoundlands and St. Bernards. They would cross them with Malamutes to try to make like bigger hybrids. However,
Malamutes are
Sapala,
huge.
Yeah.
yeah, Sapala favored the much smaller Huskies brought over from Asia. and his occupation was actually as a sled dog driver for one of the local gold mining. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Now, excuse me. While most drivers considered 30 miles a day a long run, Sapala would sometimes travel between 50 and 100 miles a day, working the dogs as long as 12 hours a day. He also kept them in shape in the summer months by having them pull a cart on wheels that he called the Pupmobile.
That's adorable.
That's pretty good.
Right?
Oh, that's actually really cool. We were camping once, and there was like a husky club, and they had carts like that, and they were running around the loop by the campsites, and the dogs were just pulling the cart. The dogs loved it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how they exercised. I mean, it looked super
Yeah.
cool. I really wanted to do it. It's just
It
this
was
thing
really
on
cool.
wheels, and the person stands on it, and the dogs just run.
So that kind of dog, like huskies and malamutes and all those dogs that are like very much working dogs, they like working. Like they have to have a job. That's why like so many people get Siberian huskies and they tear their homes apart because they
Yeah.
don't have like enough things to do physically and like mentally to stimulate them because they have the energy of a dog that runs 50 miles a day pulling a cart behind
Right,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So they're made to be working dogs.
Speaking of dogs, I apologize if you hear me in the background. My dog is being absolutely ridiculous.
That's all right. It's very faint. It's no problem.
Well, I keep muting myself, and then I'll like tell him to stop, and I hear it in her microphone, and then I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
I can't hear it in her microphone, by the way. I haven't noticed it.
All right.
But so I'm just going to call Leonard Sapala from here on out. But other than his relative experience, another reason he was an obvious choice for the serum run was that he had won the All Alaskan Sweepstakes on 3 occasions. So, like, let me just explain what that is.
Yeah.
Like any other northern town looking to spice up life, they came up with an extreme sporting event. In this instance, it was a 408-mile sled dog race with cash prize called All Alaska Sweepstakes. And so they had it. It went from 1908 to 1917. Stopped when World War I broke out, but basically anybody could enter. The only rule that you like alive and in okay shape, and everybody yearly bet on the winner.
Oh,
It
okay.
was- yeah.
I
was a-
feel like Dave and I watched a really bad B movie kind of thing about these competitions, and I forget the name of it.
Oh
Do you
wait.
remember it, Dave?
There's
No-
been a bunch of them, but
Well,
Oh.
I mean,
It
it
was-
was kind of like the first Iditarod kind of thing, you know.
It was pretty old. But it was basically about this family who competes in these competitions, and like their family is like falling on hard times, and the son is like insistent he's going to compete in these competitions so he can get money for his family to survive, and then like he's getting like ancient wisdom and help from an Inuit, which is only like pretty problematic.
This
Yeah.
sounds like a weird Lifetime movie. What?
I was gonna say
Most
this is
of the
either
movies
definitely like a bad B movie, or you just a drunken bad trip, and you're
Oh
totally
my.
making it up.
most of the movies in our we have like this pack of movies from the 70s and 80s. Most of them were like made for TV movies, so it probably was.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but we have like a list of them. It's 100 movies, and I wrote every single one on a list, and we cross them off when we watch them. I wish I could remember what it was called.
Oh, is that list still in the living room
Yeah,
somewhere?
somewhere around there.
Oh,
It's
I don't
not-
want to go ruffling
it's
for
not-
it, but
it's
if I
not
find
worth
it,
it.
I'll let you guys know.
It's not worth it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, just because it's a tangent. Do you know why they call it mushing or mush?
No,
It's
you have an
actually-
answer for
No.
that?
A leftover from the fur trade, which obviously was heavily French, and their word for like walk or run was like a marché.
Yeah.
I'm saying that completely wrong,
Mm.
I
but
like marché.
it was marché. Yeah, exactly. So that's where mush comes from.
So yeah, they're
So,
yelling like moush,
Fun fact.
not mush.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
But then they just-
brilliant.
Yeah. Fun fact. But so yeah, he was a good choice for this. there's a certain science to putting together a team of dogs. You have to pair them on relative strength and speed and gait. And the most important dog was always the lead dog. Lead dog was the brains behind the team. He had to be confident, calm.
You said the most important. Is it the most important or the smart one?
Both.
Oh, like the most important one is because he's the smart one.
It's because he's the smart one. All right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. He's the lead dog's the most important one. Because the lead dog is the brains behind the team.
Makes sense.
So, a good lead dog will know when to disobey a bad command for the safety of the team.
Ooh.
And in snowstorms and blizzards, when the way's lost, he'll guide them by just, smell and sense. So, Leonard Sapala's lead dog at the time, a 12-year-old husky named Togo. So, that's our star of the show today.
I didn't realize
Yeah, he was 12.
I searched
He was 12. Well,
oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I was going to say, and Sapala was like 48, so neither of them were spring chicken. What were you saying?
What were you
Dave?
going to say, Dave?
Oh, sorry, I didn't even, but when I was searching for sled dog movies to try to figure out what movie that there was, and I saw that this Disney movie Togo was in the list. So it must be this Togo.
Yeah. That's the one I was talking about that I didn't know it was coming out when I first wanted to do the topic. I was like, oh, they made it?
It's on Disney Plus if you want to watch it.
It is.
There's a couple movies, but the wrong dog gets credit in most of them.
Oh.
Shush
Yeah, I
you.
remember
That's coming
Laura
up
telling me
later.
about that, but I'm going to
No,
let her take it
spoilers.
away.
So Togo had a rough start to life. He was ill as a puppy and nursed back to health by Sapala's wife, Constance. He was a difficult, mischievous puppy, a regular puppy delinquent.
AKA a husky.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Sapala thought him completely unfit for his sledding team. So he actually gave away Togo at 6 months of age, pet. However, after only a few weeks as a house pet, Togo actually jumped through the glass of a closed window and ran several miles back to Sapala's kennel.
Oh. Aw.
So after that, he didn't try to give him away again. That's a dog that wants to be there, but he still didn't think he'd fit for a sledding team.
Yeah, right.
So he was always trying to keep him in the kennel. Togo would always get loose from the kennels, run after the team, nipping at the lead dog and generally harassing.
I like him.
Yeah, right. He's plucky. At 8 months old, he again broke free from the kennel, followed the sled team on an overnight run. He slept near the cabin where they were spending the night. And then the next day, Togo joined up with the team and continued to try to make things difficult by playing with the dogs or trying to lead charges against reindeer and stuff. So finally, to maintain orders, Apollo was like, fine, I'm putting a harness on. So, and much to his shock, Togo immediately settled down. And then he understood that all the dog wanted was to be part of the team. So,
Aw,
I love it.
that's so sweet.
right? It is. It's adorable. So and then that day he kept moving Togo up the line until at the end of the day he was sharing lead dog position.
Aw.
His first day in a harness, he logged 75 miles, not heard of for an inexperienced puppy. And then that's when Leonard Sapala finally recognized that Togo was a natural. This puppy delinquent he tried to get rid of.
He was a natural what?
Born leader,
Oh.
made for the lead dog position.
Well, that's why he was such an asshole. He was special.
Yeah, it actually kind
Right,
of makes
exactly.
sense because he, smarter animals and to some extent even smarter people can just get bored, and
Yeah.
act out. Like you kind of see that thing. Like you can kind of maybe see he was cut out for it from the beginning.
Exactly. Just give this dog a job. That's all he wanted.
That's so cute.
So the original idea for the serum run was that Sapala and his team would depart from Nome and meet someone halfway who would hand off the serum. So Sapala set out southward with his team, with Togo at the lead. And then on the January 27th, the relay left from the southward end. I'll just go through a couple of them. not all the relayers, but so the first one who left from the train station near Anchorage, and I don't remember the name of that city, Manana or something, was called Wild Bill Shannon.
Mhm.
But-
Just for clarification, Togo is leaving Nome, Alaska, and going to meet somebody that's supposed to meet him halfway from wherever this
Exactly.
Okay.
wherever
they-
this like.
So they head out from the north, from Nome, and then other people are heading out.
Yeah, so he's
From the south
meeting. He's
northward.
going to supposedly go meet them halfway and bring it back to Nome, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad you clarified that because for some reason I had put that together.
Yeah. So, Wild Bill's coming from the south, so he has the serum from the train. The reason I wanted to talk about him is because the temperature that day was -62.
Oh my god.
Um, So, like the book was interesting. It talked a lot about like ideal sled dog conditions. Apparently, there's the rule on to run dogs above 40 degrees because they'll get overheated, and under 40 it can be dangerous because they can get like pulmonary embolism.
Oh my
Aw.
god.
It's not always safe. But anyway, so it was -62. He got severely frostbite on his face.
Oh.
So, and he was actually jogging along with the team to try to stay warm. He handed the serum to the next musher. The last name was Kelland. I, for some reason, didn't write down his first name. And while the temperature had risen to a nice -56, they had to pour boiling water over his hands to get them off the sled handlebar when he arrived to the next road.
Who? I'm sorry.
frozen.
Who was this?
Kelland was the second one, but he
I
was
mean, the
frozen
one-
to the sled.
Kellen was frozen to the sled. Oof.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to mention those two. 'Cause that's just brutal. Like, I know steam will come off of any exposed skin at like -50 or -62, but it's just I can't fathom.
Also, I think it's very important that we're acknowledging the dogs that made this possible, but also we don't think about the humans.
Yeah.
I never thought about it.
Yeah. Nah, who cares
Yeah,
about that
I
guy?
mean-
It's like those
Wild
dogs
Bill-
have a double coat.
Yeah.
That human does not.
I didn't really say how Wild Bill got frostbite on his face, but he did. I mean, that never really goes away, so he just had like part of his face was black.
I mean, it's like -60 out. Like,
Yeah. And you're moving at a fairly high speed with like the wind
Yeah.
whipping at you, which makes it colder.
more
Yeah. And you
have
impressed that
to
he didn't
see-
get more frostbite.
Right. Well, probably everything but his face was covered because he had to be
Yeah.
able to see.
Probably. So, it was decided after Sapal was already on his way on January 30th to add more teams to the relay to speed it up because the number of cases in Nome had reached 27 in all,
Oh.
so that it was getting kind of like it was starting to snowball. So, they had 20 mushers in all and participate in the relay. However, Sapala and Togo took the longest and most dangerous portion, going 260 miles from Nome in 3 days.
Mm.
Much of the trail he had to traverse followed the coast of Norton Sound. However, there was also a 42-mile shortcut across the Sound water that would shave an entire day off the run.
Like over a frozen lake area?
Yeah, like over frozen water.
Oh boy.
So, I mean, no one really needed the syrup, and Apollo himself actually had an 8-year-old daughter. So, I mean, that might have also affected his decision.
Right. I mean,
So-
you can't underestimate this man's drive. Like, his town is getting decimated by
Yeah,
this disease
exactly.
right
Right.
now. Like, his friends and family are all super big risk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're like doing this
Like he-
for people's children.
exactly. Yeah.
Right. He might have done it anyway, but he really recognized the importance of it.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of interesting. They talked a lot about the ice on the Sound. So, they said it was in a constant state of change and recreation. Swaths would suddenly break free and drift to sea, depending on temperature, wind, and currents. The ice would do all sorts of things. Like it would form these 5-foot high ice hummocks, which is just a fancy name for an ice hill, or a
Oh.
line of pressure ridges that look like mountains. It just completely depended on the wind, and sometimes also they would have like parts of ice would break free and like fling themselves onto land. It's very strange.
It sounds completely chaotic. I didn't realize that just like plain old water could get all wacky like that up in Alaska.
Right? Like I had no idea. I always expected like, oh, like a pond. Like no, actually it like continues to change because of, it is
Well, you gotta
an
think about
ocean and there's
Like the air temperature is like so drastically cold, but there's also like currents bringing in different temperatures in the
Yeah.
water. So I mean, it's a whole system trying to fight itself.
Wow.
and then it said that when the winds came from the east, the gusts could be more than 70 miles per hour and flip sleds over or take the wind chill down to like minus 100. So there's
Oh
all
my
sorts of like
God.
dangerous factors going on here.
Every time I think I know the coldest thing you're going to tell me, you tell me a colder thing.
I know. So he actually crossed that shortcut twice on the serum run, once on the way down, and then after meeting a driver and picking up the serum, which he actually did. It wasn't the halfway point. It was just I don't know, part way down. But anyway, and then he also crossed it on the way back. So his first crossing was without incident. The second crossing was not.
Oh no.
So he was a few miles offshore when between like roaring gusts of winds, he heard this crack. Togo reared up and somersaulted back onto the team. The dog had stopped because a channel of water had opened in front of them. They were actually on an ice floe drifting out to sea.
Oh,
Oh shit.
wow.
So Sapala looked all around the edges of the floe, but there wasn't a way out, so he had no choice but to curl up with the dogs to conserve energy and hope for a shift in the wind. So
God.
that's just terrifying. Anyway, several hours later, the wind did begin blowing back towards shore. And at one point, there was a place that they could get off the floe, but the jump was 5 feet, and he knew he couldn't do that jump with the sled and the dog. So what he did was he tied a long tow line to Togo and threw him across the open channel of water. According to Sapala, Togo seemed to understand what he needed to do. Once on the other side, Togo dug in his nails into the ice and pulled towards the shore. However, then the line snapped.
Oh my God.
And yeah, Sapala said at that point he thought it was a death sentence. Togo looked back across at Sapala and the team, and then he dove into the water, grabbed the line in his mouth, struggled back onto shore. He rolled over the line until it was looped about his shoulders twice and began to pull. And he actually pulled the floe close enough for Sapala and the to make the jump.
That is amazing.
That's unbelievable.
That he had
I
the
know.
intelligence to know to do that, and like the problem solving to know to do that.
Yeah, the problem solving of these dogs just flabbergasts me. There was another story, if you don't mind me going on a tangent, that has nothing
Not
to do
at
with
all.
this.
Oh yeah, tell us.
In this book, and it wasn't Sapala, it was some other dog team. But so a lot of times they would run the dogs along frozen rivers because it was smoother than the road or whatever. But it was also dangerous because sometimes water would move or come out, and then it would just be like ice caverns under them. So this dog team, the guy fell into one of these ice caverns, and he didn't have a way out, and his lead dog was looking down at him above, and so he just pointed in the direction of the next roadhouse and told him to go get help. And the dog actually kind of figured out what to do and went to the roadhouse and brought back somebody to save.
Oh my God.
So these huskies are super smart sometimes.
Yeah, like dogs are smart, but like holy hell, that is really impressive.
Yeah, or it's like, oh, you probably want me to do this. Okay.
God, for them to figure that out is really incredible.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So following day, he kept closer to shore. blizzard conditions obscured their vision. When they were finally on land, a few hours later, the entire section of ice over which they had traveled broke up and blew out to sea.
Oh my god.
Well,
And then the next portion was a climb over the summit of what they call Little McKinley, which I guess is approximately like 500 feet elevation. And that was also dangerous with narrow ridges with steep falls. At one point, Sapala almost died, fell over a ridge on the all Alaska sweepstakes on this area. But
I
this
feel
time,
like
yeah,
there's definitely a theme of almost dying.
yeah, this is not a safe way to live your life.
No, like to be a dog musher is to just face death all the time. This is what I've learned.
Oh my god, what a crazy profession. Why would you do
I
this?
I don't know, but they did. Same reason people live up there. I don't. So, so Sapala did pass off the serum to the next person in line, that's Charlie Olson. The last two mushers were Charlie Olson and Gunnar Kasson, which they had to go through a blizzard as well for the. Gunnar was a late addition to the run. He was added, when they added extra people, and was actually a colleague of Sapala for the gold company. They worked for the same company. Sapala told him that if he needed dogs for company business, to take a dog named Fox as the leader. However, Gunnar was fond of a husky called Balto, so he made Balto his lead dog. And yeah, I don't know if that rings any bells, but through the blizzard, Gunnar and Balto traveled 50 miles to Nome and arrived with the serum on February 1st. So total distance for the run was 674 miles. It took 127 hours and 30 minutes, which is approximately 5.5 days.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy. So they delivered the 300,000 units, which they were hoping was enough to save the town until the next shipment of 1.1 million units would arrive. And it was them from disaster. But radios and newspaper all over the country grabbed the story of the syrup run and, the race to save Nome. And Gunnar Kasson, I'm probably saying that wrong, Balto became heroes. So they went on a media tour, a movie was made about them, and in New York City, a statue of Balto was unveiled in Central Park in there to this day.
Oh my god, this is like really like rolling out the hero parade, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of attention on that. I don't know.
Exactly.
Most people don't get their own statue for anything.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of lives that were saved by a handful of people.
And also, radio was fairly new, and I mean, it was just a story that just grabbed everyone's attention.
Yeah.
Kind of like Baby Jessica in the well in, what was that, the 80s? I don't even know. But every once in a while, there's those stories that everyone grabs hold of, and they're just like, yeah, race to save, and, So it was kind of an early one of those, and they just became celebrities. So Sapala was originally devastated that they made a statue of what he called the wrong dog.
Yeah, right.
Since he and Togo traveled more than 2.5 times the covered by any of the other drivers.
Right. That guy was just like the last guy, but he did most of it.
Yeah, he did most of it. However, later Sapala did do his own press tour with Togo. So he also did a lot to popularize the husky as a breed with America. And Togo lived to the ripe old age of 16.
That's
Wow.
insane for a dog that big,
Yeah, big
in
dogs.
a profession that dangerous.
I know.
Wasn't Sapala like kind of ridiculed almost for using huskies as opposed to Malamutes?
Yeah, he was. I didn't really mention that too much, but like I said, at first they weren't really sure about him because huskies are so small compared to Malamutes, and they just were like, yeah, right, you with your huskies. But then, after he won the All Alaska sweepstakes a couple times, then the locals kind of understood, and then also, once Togo and Balto became famous, then the rest of America was like, oh, Huskies.
I get
So-
like
Always-
being a bigger dog, maybe be a little hardier, but also like if you're smaller, you're maybe more agile, and like both can have their benefits.
Wasn't
Yeah.
for clarification's sake, wasn't Balto also Sapala's dog?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so
That's
they
what I was
were
saying. It's
both
like
Sapala's dogs. It's just the other guy took him out.
he bred dogs for the company, you know, for running
Mhm.
sleds and for the company. So since Hassan worked also for the company, then when he took a sled team, he used the same dogs. He used Sapala's dogs from his kennel. So they were actually both of his dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you ever want to see Togo, he's now in a case at the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race Museum,
Well,
which is
definitely
a
gonna
really
go to
long
that.
name
Wait,
for a museum.
like they taxidermied him?
Taxidermied him.
They did. They taxidermied him,
I
Oh.
I kind of don't like this.
but it was like the
I get it, though.
1920s, and well, I guess he
And he
didn't
was
die
a
in the
very
20s, but
important puppo.
yeah.
Hey, if they
Is it
did
at
it with
least a
Lennon,
good
they'll do it with a
taxidermy?
dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, but
I
it just, I mean, if you've ever visited our natural history museum here, it's all full of questionable and disturbing taxidermy. But, you know, that was
Yeah.
the way of the times. So,
You know, like
Right.
most taxidermy has this way of like, even if they do it well, like give it 10 years. And like it just
Yeah.
starts to
Yeah.
like shift in a way that becomes unsettling.
Okay, so I'm looking at this taxidermy of Togo.
Okay, great. Let's talk
I
about it.
found a picture.
What's it look like?
It looks okay, but here's the thing: because he was 16 when he died, he looks like a 16-year-old dog.
he does. Yeah. He looks old.
He's probably much thinner than he was at one point. He's
Mhm.
probably not as muscular as he was at one point, but like he looks like a 16-year-old dog. Though looking at the pictures of his face, I totally see how Bobo looks like a husky. Like
Yeah.
his snoot and his lips, it like looks just like Bo's face. To
Okay.
me. But Dave, I'm gonna put this picture in the chat. So you
Yeah,
can see
but
it.
yeah, I kind of want to see this wretched old taxidermy.
This original taxidermy.
I gotta say, it doesn't look bad. He just looks like a dog standing
He just
very
looks-
still. But he looks
He's really old. Yeah.
He's a very old. He doesn't look as old as he is, honestly, but he's very
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it usually doesn't look very good, but
Yeah, I agree. A lot of times it's not. It you could tell it's not right.
But I mean, there really isn't much more to the story. I learned a lot about dog sledding and mushing.
yeah.
Apparently, you have to pay close attention to the dog's paws. They say that the dogs are only good
That's
as
the
their
wrong
feet.
one.
So you have to like make sure they don't have any broken nails or cuts or anything on the paws. And also,
What's that picture?
That is the wrong picture.
what did you guys post? Oh my god, I feel like
Yeah, Christy accidentally
Sorry.
shared a picture of
I-
herself like, pretending to draw.
I did a self-portrait, and that's the picture I used for reference, but I downloaded this picture and meant to upload it, and it uploaded the wrong one.
Wow,
There's the right one.
Yeah.
that's a great looking taxidermy. It almost looks like a living person.
so.
Togo does look like an old man, though.
Yeah,
He does.
Yeah, he just looks like a real old dog.
He looks okay.
So, a quote from Sapala was that I never had a better dog than Togo. Stamina, loyalty, and intelligence not be improved upon. Togo is the best dog that I ever traveled the Alaska Trail.
Aw.
Yeah. So,
Aw.
and you know, I gotta disagree with Sapala. Balto deserved some credit too. They were all the bestest boys who,
Right.
you know, deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, Balto deserves some credit, but like, of the total, like, how many of the total miles did Togo run? Like, over like 500 miles or whatever. Didn't Togo do like almost 300 miles of them?
Mm.
Oh gosh, I said it earlier. I have to find it. But yeah, it was like most of the journey when it came
It looks
down
like
to it.
Balto is also
So-
taxidermied.
Yes, he is. I don't know where he is staying.
Why are they
But
not
they-
together?
I don't know. But I gotta say, in this picture that I see, he's like behind a glass case, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
whoever
Yeah.
like was in front of the case when they took the picture, there must have been like a small male child, because I could see the reflection of this small boy on Balto's butt, and it's really funny. I was like, wow, his fur pattern looks like a child's face, and I was like, oh wait.
Oh my gosh.
That's funny.
So that's the crazy story of the serum run, then, guys. What do you think?
I'm
Are you-
amazed. I'm completely
That is-
amazed.
Incredibly interesting and fascinating to me. You know, I love a good Puppo story.
I didn't.
Yeah, there's Balto. He's bigger.
I didn't know about this. I don't know how I didn't know about this, but I didn't know about this.
I feel like I had heard of Balto. I hadn't heard of Togo, unfortunately.
There was like a bad children's animation movie about
Yeah.
Balto when we were
Yeah, it
kids.
was a cartoon.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought maybe you guys had heard of Balto, if not. But yeah.
So I looked at Balto because I wanted to see what he looked like, and it does the like people also search for, and so it gave me Balto, and then it gave me some other dog names that people commonly search for, and some of them are so fucking funny.
Okay.
There's like Haichiko, Leica, one called Greyfriars Bobby,
What?
Wait.
a dog called Pickles, and then my personal favorite, Barry.
Barry.
Mush, Barry. Mush.
I don't know if these are all. They don't all look like mushing
Leica?
dogs, but they're like
Yeah.
dogs that people searched for.
Barry
was a
did you say
dog.
one of them was Leica, like Laika?
Mm-hmm.
Laika, yeah.
That's the name of the dog that the Soviet Union sent into space.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
these are all
That's right.
famous. These are all
He was
just like
the dog
famous
that-
dogs that people look
Oh,
up. They
oh,
aren't.
I thought
They
they
aren't
were
all
related
mushing
to-
dogs.
Yeah.
Mushing dogs.
No,
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
So Barry was a breed of dog which later became the Saint Bernard, and he worked as a mountain rescue dog in Switzerland and Italy for the Great Saint Bernard Hospice. He predates the modern Saint Bernard and was lighter built than the modern ones, but apparently he's a very famous pre-Saint Bernard. But the name Barry just made me laugh really hard.
Yeah.
I have to see
Well, I think-
what Greyfriars Bobby did, because that's a great name for a dog. He was a Skye Terrier who became known in the 19th century Edinburgh for spending 14 years guarding the grave of his owner until he died himself in 1872.
Ugh.
The story continues to be well known in Scotland through several books and films.
Well, that's sad.
Oh, that was a little bit of a bummer. Let's talk about Togo again.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
That's okay. So Paul actually ended up living to like 89. I guess they were
Shit.
both they just both became old men together, I guess. I don't know.
That's old by our standards, and like a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
A dude in the 20s who like lived in Alaska and had an extremely dangerous profession.
Right. That's,
Right?
He's like defying all the odds.
So obviously
I'm,
they stopped using dog mushing when airplanes finally were able to withstand the cold, but
Yeah.
I'm sending you guys a link to another heroic dog that we don't necessarily have to talk about on here, but his name is Sergeant Stubby. I've heard about him before, but he's a very good dog, Sergeant Stubby.
Oh my god, he looks like. Oh my god, he looks like
oh wow.
if like the cutest dog ever like went to Vietnam and did everything.
Yeah. I guess I could talk about it since they kind of are, but
These are the
he-
bestest boys. Mhm.
he was a military dog and he did like a bunch of things. He's the only dog to ever be promoted to sergeant in the US Army. He was a stray who got the name of Stubby because he had a short, stubby tail. He was the most courageous dog of World War I, experiencing 17 major battles on the Western Front over the course of 18 months in the trenches.
Wow.
Following training in the United States, where he was a mascot for the soldiers at Yale Field, he was snuck on board the deployment ship And when he was discovered, the commanding officer was won over when he saluted with one paw on command to present arms.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. It's the one where they basically snuck him into their military encampment.
You're kind of cutting out, but yeah, they snuck him in.
Yeah,
And
you're
so he
cutting out.
won over their commanding officer because they taught him to salute when given the order present arms. So he proved a reliable little soldier seeking out the wounded in no man's land, warning of incoming missiles that he could hear first, and detecting mustard gas before it became too late. A sense he picked up from a mustard gas attack that left him hospitalized. He got his sergeant status when he caught a German spy hiding in foliage near their encampment.
Oh man.
When he returned to the States, he was laden with medals, met the president, and joined his longtime master, Robert Conroy, at Georgetown University Law School, where he became the school's mascot. During halftime at football games, he'd knock around a football on the field to the cheers of the crowd. And when he passed away in 1926, he was preserved as a tribute to his bravery, and he's on display in the Price of Freedom Americans at War exhibition at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History.
I just love it.
Sergeant
Dogs are
Stubby.
awesome.
He's a very heroic dog.
Hey,
I love heroic dog stories.
hey TJ, get a little closer to your microphone if you can.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're hard to hear for some reason, but
No,
So that's- I mean, that's all I
don't know where the
got.
microphone is.
Wait, you've lost track of your microphone?
No, it's somewhere on my headphones, but beside it's
Well, I guess it's kind of okay because we're kind of wrapping up here.
Yeah,
anyway,
we're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Sorry to go on a tangent of other other.
No, I like
dogs,
this.
but
You do not apologize
dog.
for giving us Sergeant Stubby.
Sergeant
Yeah,
Stubby. I had heard
Sergeant
about
Stubby.
Sergeant Stubby on the Can I Pet Your Dog podcast because they had a Dog Heroes segment they would do sometimes. But he's one of my favorites. But Togo is got to be another favorite now because that's like a badass dog. I still can't believe that he lived to 16.
Yeah, he
Right.
did. So
And then he was 14 when he did that incredibly dangerous run.
12.
12.
but still.
Okay, still.
Yeah, but still, that's old for a big dog. Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
where they go.
Yeah.
So he and Sapala apparently just were old men together. It's crazy.
Yeah, whatever they were doing worked.
Crazy Norwegian and his sled.
So I guess we're wrapping up. But Laura, thank you for that incredible story
Yeah.
that I had no idea
welcome.
about.
Yeah, this is super fun.
It's
Yeah, you're welcome.
I now know medical information that will haunt me for a little while, so that's good.
Yes.
Uh, just picture the scales covering up my lungs and throat. That's,
Also, again, shout out to the podcast. This podcast will kill you. Laura, you've told me about
Yeah.
it before, but it's a
Mhm.
podcast all about like diseases and viruses and stuff like that.
mhm.
Yeah,
Do
that's where I
not
got my
listen to it right now. I love
information
them, but
on
holy shit,
diptheria.
if you're worried,
It's
you're gonna freak the fuck out.
it sounds
It's
horrible.
terrifying. It's terrifying.
It's
The thing is, I think everyone in the world should listen to an episode of that show on viruses.
Well,
right now.
just start with the first one on influenza. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
enjoy the nightmares.
that's innate.
Hmm.
I think it's-
Well, okay, so let's close this one up. I appreciate the research. I appreciate the story. That was very great, and I just appreciate talking to you guys and hanging out with you. It's
Yeah.
really nice to have you on. It's always
We
fun.
miss ya.
We miss you.
We
Um,
missed
Yeah,
you.
right. I
Thanks.
miss just talking to you guys. Like, I wish we did
Yeah.
like a Zoom chat
Fun.
or something.
Gosh, maybe we should get together some like online games and stuff with you guys. It just feels like
Yeah.
it'd be nice to like have something just to do, just as a framework to shoot the shit, because that's kind of what you have to do. Is like come
Yeah.
up with a thing that is really just sort of like the skeleton for a reason to hang out and do this, right? So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. So let's wrap this one up. This has been another episode of Goose Chase.
Goose chase.
Thank
Chase.
Jeez.
like you said it like a question.
Goose chase.
Goose Chase. We will see you next time with another episode. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Jason Z. Guten.
You've been listening to Goose Chase. We are Goose Chase Podcast on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, our handle is @GooseChasePod, and our website is www.goosechasepodcast.com.
If you have any topics you'd like us to research, please email us at goosechasepodcast@gmail.com. If you like what we do on the show, please rate and review us on iTunes and Google Play.
Want to go on a goose chase?
Ooh, yes.